This is Chicken. She is an emu. She lives in our garden. She is friendly, curious, and completely unbothered by the camera. She is also one of the most extraordinary birds on the planet. And almost nobody knows it. This is what makes emus remarkable. In almost every species on Earth, the female carries the biological burden of reproduction. Not in emus. The female emu lays the eggs between 5 and 15 per clutch, and then she leaves. The male takes over completely. He builds the nest himself from grass, bark, and leaves before the eggs even arrive. Then he sits on them for 56 days straight. During those 56 days, the male emu does not eat, he does not drink, he does not leave the nest. He loses up to 1/3 of his body weight, surviving entirely on stored fat reserves. He turns the eggs up to 10 times per day to regulate temperature with precision. When the chicks hatch, he raises them alone for up to 18 months. The female has already moved on. She may find another mate and lay another clutch while her first chicks are still being raised by their father. The emu rewrote the rules of parenthood 300 million years before we started debating them. In 1932, the Australian government declared war on emus. They lost. Thousands of emus had been migrating through Western Australia, destroying wheat crops. The government deployed soldiers armed with Lewis guns, military machine guns, with orders to cull the population. The emus were unimpressed. The birds split into small groups the moment shooting began, making massed fire ineffective. They absorbed bullets and kept moving. A soldier reported that the emus seemed to be immune to the guns. After 11 days, the military withdrew. The emus had won. This became known in history as the Great Emu War of 1932. Australia lost. To birds very much like chicken. Emus cannot fly. Their wings are reduced to small, useless remnants hidden beneath their feathers. Evolution took the sky away from them and gave them the ground instead. They can run at 50 kilometers per hour and sustain that pace across vast distances. Their legs are built like biological suspension systems, double-jointed, powerful, and designed for endurance over rough terrain. A single kick from an emu can fracture bone. Their claws are long, rigid, and capable of disemboweling a predator in a single strike. They look gentle, they are not fragile. Chicken here has never needed to demonstrate this particular skill set. We are grateful. Emus migrate, not along fixed routes like most migratory animals. They follow rainfall. Somehow, through a mechanism science has not fully explained, emus detect rainfall events happening hundreds of kilometers away and move toward them. It may involve low-frequency sound produced by storms traveling through the ground. It may involve atmospheric pressure sensing. It may involve something else entirely that we have not identified. They move in groups of thousands, covering enormous distances across the Australian interior, arriving at locations where rainfall has produced fresh vegetation, sometimes days after the rain fell, from distances no visual or olfactory cue could explain. An emu's internal navigation system remains one of the genuinely unsolved questions in animal biology. Emus have been on Earth for approximately 80 million years. They watched the dinosaurs disappear. They survived ice ages, continental shifts, and thousands of years of human hunting. They are classified as ratites, a group of flightless birds that includes ostriches, kiwis, and cassowaries, descended from flying ancestors that chose the ground over the sky and never looked back. Their eyes are among the largest of any land animal relative to skull size. They see in color. They detect movement at extraordinary distances. Their feathers are double-shafted. Each feather has two complete plumes emerging from a single base, providing insulation against both extreme heat and extreme cold. 80 million years of survival engineering, living in our garden, named Chicken. Every extraordinary animal has an ordinary life happening somewhere. Chicken lives in our garden. She eats, she walks, she watches everything with those large, curious eyes. She has no idea she is descended from one of the most resilient bird lineages in the history of this planet, but we do. If you want to know more about the most extraordinary creatures on Earth, explained completely, Wildlife Academy is where you find it. Subscribe, and welcome to the family. Chicken says hello.